Good afternoon. My name is Tumi Tladi and welcome to my YouTube channel. And this is going to be the last session for today. We're going to be looking at splash screen. So I'm still in the midst of a Xamarin series, and today or right now we're going to be focusing on splash screen. So let me first show with the actual app the splash screen. So this is splash screen, that icon with that background, but there's a problem. Do you see this part? Do you see this part? I want you to fill the screen. Only then, I don't know if you saw this jumping in. I want you to show or either fill it or show these guys, but it didn't do that. But I still won either way. So let's look at the splash screen. How do you do splash screen? So we're gonna close everything from our previous video. Now, because the shared project is the main driver for both Android and iOS as platform specific projects, but in this case, shared project has nothing to do with splash screen, but Android as a platform specific project has everything to do with the splash screen. So the first thing we need a class called splash screen. So that's the first thing. This is the class that we need. Then the second thing, let me see what we have on the main activity. Okay, so this guy is a class, right? It needs to be decorated. The entire class, it needs to first inherit from app compact activity. That's number one. The second thing, you need to decorate this class with activity attribute, where now we can give it the theme. We're going to go to the styles, and that's what we call mytheme.splash. So let's go. I believe it's resources, values, and we're going to look at styles. So let's open styles.xml file. Give it a couple of seconds. Couple of seconds. There we go. Cool. Oh, the reason why I want to look at the main activity, you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at this. It's not here. So the difference between main activity is called main activity for a reason, but there's also what we call splash screen, is this guy, main launcher. I was looking at the main launcher. So it doesn't have any history, but the main launcher is true, meaning that it starts first and not the main activity. Does it make sense? So I removed the main launcher from main activity to be on the splash screen class or splash screen activity. Okay, I should have renamed this guy to be splash screen activity. I don't know why, but it's a best practice. Okay, what do we know? You want to see this a lot. You want to see this a lot because you test your app, and then you want to know that what happens if I click back button whilst launching. Let's try that. So I'm gonna remove this guy, and then I'm gonna launch it again, and I'm gonna click back button. Look at this. I'm clicking it, nothing happens. This proved that, listen, when it comes to stuff like this, you're gonna see this a lot, where, listen, we're gonna override on back pressed. We're gonna do on back pressed, right? But no, this doesn't prevent it. There's something that we have to do here. I'll check in one of the pages when we get to a shared project, but not now. Okay, so when we override on create, obviously, after the base, we're gonna now get this guy to sleep for 5 seconds. That's what happens. I can do a lot of things like the extra stuff, between this guy and starting activity, but I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just gonna sleep for 5 seconds. Let it sleep for 5 seconds. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start the activity, type of main activity. Then that's it. This is a splash screen. Now the icon, we need to go to MIP map which is here it is, and then you find my logo, and that's what you see, right? And then when it comes to the style, because it has a different style, main activity has its own style. Main activity has main theme for the style, but the splash screen has my theme.splash. So let's go to styles.xml, and then there's the main theme, right? It inherits from main theme base, right? But the one I'm looking for, it's gonna be this style called my theme.splash. So this is the guy that's responsible for ensuring that we have the splash screen. So the name is mytheme.splash. The parent inherits it from theme.app compact.light, but no action bar. No action bar. And then the first item is going to be the window background, right? So we saw the background is the color. So we're going to go to this drawable and now to look at this splash screen. So let's go to drawable. And there you find the splash screen.xml. So let's start with it. Now, on this XML called splash screen XML, what we have is this item, two items in fact, inside the layer list. The very first item is color. Now, this color is being defined on colors, and then this is the color for splash screen. And then look at the naming convention in my system. Color, so I know it is splash screen for color, but color splash screen. So if we go for colors, and then we will see there's a color. So this is the background, the actual background. So we define the colors here, and then we using the splash screen to say this will be the color, right? The item number one, color. And then the second thing is that the bitmap. Now we're talking about the actual image. Remember that drawable logo? Here it is, that logo. No, wait, drawable logo, sorry, this one. Because remember the color, it's a bit darkish. So we have a transparent version of the logo, which is this guy. It's very transparent. I hope you can see. And then we're doing inside the bitmap. And then we're saying this is where the source of that logo is going to be. And then title mode, you're going to disable it. Gravity is going to be the center. Right. So this is a splash screen out of this guy. And then the item number 2 is going to be window no title, set to be true. Lastly, we're going to window full screen to be true. I did try to tamper, like I showed with, let me do it again. So I could not fix this guy, but this is the background. This is the icon, is transparent, and it's a full screen. The gravity is the center. So this is splash screen only on Android. It knows its business. And that's the only thing I wanted, because I struggled to put this together. And now I'm very confident that this is perfect. But this is Xamarin.Forms. And then we spoke about how .NET MAUI, it's coming to the rescue, right? .NET MAUI, it's fantastic. Everything is happening in one place. Like I don't have to define splash screen for this guy, because I still need to figure out how to have a splash screen for this guy. And that's a problem. So if I open info.plist, is this the guy I'm looking for? Visual. No, this is a launch screen. Yes, I believe that they said something about launch screen is a splash screen. Yes, I believe this is the way you said it. So I will still have to now figure out how do I set this guy on info plist or anywhere within this platform specific project, and of which it's problematic. But with Android, as you can see, there are too many moving parts to make it happen. And this guy was supposed to have renamed to be space connectivity, but I'll do so when I clean up the system. But that's the only thing that I want to show. I hope this video provides some insights into how you set up your splash screen in Xamarin.Forms application. So we are done with the splash screen. So we should mark this thing as done. The next milestone tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos, if not one, but I'm going to be looking at this file called app.xaml. It's a file, it's also a page. It's very important. Just to show you what I'm going to be focusing on our next video, there is a code behind, and that's what we do graphically. Not necessarily graphically, but yeah, you get on the actual page. So this code behind it does a lot of stuff, it's an entry level of the actual application. After splash screen, we go straight to this one. After splash screen, the splash screen becomes the first thing, then app.xaml becomes the second file to be executed. When you look at the hierarchy of, this project. Like I said, the content on this YouTube channel, it's good. I'm showing everything. I'm literally exposing everything. I'm showing you the best practice, the things I've learned. I'm showing everything, and I hope that you are learning. And if you are learning, please like the video so that other people get to know about the goodness of this YouTube channel. Lastly, subscribe so you get to click on the notification bell to be notified when I drop videos. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this file. Not just it provides an entry level, but we'll talk about what you see here. And then the syntax in Xamarin, or should I say XAML. It's very interesting, but especially what goes on behind the scenes. This is very, very important. So that's what we're going to be covering in our next video. I'm excited. Actually am excited. So with that being said, let's meet on the next video. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. With that being said, thank you very much. My laptop is doing great, it's juggling a lot of things, and this document is gonna help us a lot, so I'm pretty much excited. And the app, I've been excited to show this live, so I can get to show things live. So with that being said, thank you very much, and until next time.